Well, hello and welcome to part of your orientation materials for EDT 1. I am your instructor, Alexis Alexander, and I'm just going to show you a few things about how to get started in the course. So first of all, I'm not going to address how to log into the course because if you're here, you've already gotten logged in, hopefully. Or maybe not. So, but if you do need help getting logged in, please send me an email at my Gmail address. So all communication that happens in this class via email, I would ask you to please send it to my Gmail account and not to my Peralta account. Alright, so this class is going to be an introduction to online teaching. And we're going to be looking at some things about teaching theory and modern approaches to teaching, modern or current. And so we're just going to be expanding our awareness and our knowledge about online teaching. And each week we have an optional TAC assignment. So I really encourage you to try these out, even if you don't think you know anything about technology. They're really fun and easy to do assignments. Each week there is a checklist, and you want to make sure that you check the checklist every week. I'll show you where to find it, and that lets you know what the assignments are for that week in case you've missed something. Probably the most important part of this course, I would have to say, is your forum participation. So I've added a lot of information about how to participate in the forum. And a couple of things you need to keep in mind. Each week there's one forum, and we're going to have an asynchronous discussion. That means that you'll be discussing things in the forum, but not at the same time. For each forum you need to post 3 times, and your first post to the forum is due by Tuesday at midnight. So that is a hard and fast due date. So please make sure that you have logged into the class at least by Saturday or Sunday or Monday or Tuesday so that you can do your post for that week if you want to get full credit. And we'll talk more about posts a little bit later. This course has what I call course FAQs, and if you take a look at them, they basically will walk you through how to use the course. So what are the icons look like? What is a Moodle book module, because we have book modules in every week. Here's some questions you can ask yourself about if you're ready to take an online course. And I'm actually going to be putting some new information in this section for you to check out that is also in the syllabus. It's very important that you edit your profile in Moodle. So in this version of Moodle that we're using, which is a 3.x version, you can edit your profile by clicking on your name when you're logged in. And then if you click on your name, it actually takes you to your profile page. And you can edit your profile using this link right here. So the link takes you to this area. So you can actually, if you don't like the email address that's listed here, you can change that. You can decide if you want everybody to see your email address or if you want to hide it. I don't suggest hiding your email address because you're going to be doing a group project. If you want, you can post a little bio, but it's really important that you upload a picture. And you can do that simply by clicking the add button, browsing for a picture, and then just adding it I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I don't really want to change the picture I've got. You just click on upload this file, and then your picture will appear right here. And make sure you always click on update profile after you make any changes to your profile. So I'm going to go back to my class. This new version of Moodle that we have has what's called a dashboard, so you can always go to your dashboard and then get to any classes that you're enrolled in by clicking on the links there. Alright, so you want to make sure to go through the course FAQs. Here is a link to the syllabus for EDT1, which is a Google Doc. You can click on this and you can look at the syllabus, and like I was mentioning, there's a bunch of stuff here. These are some aids for people that are first-time online learners. And, oh, that's not what I wanted to show you. But anyway, there's actually some info here. There's a self-assessment questionnaire link and an online student readiness tutorial, and there's actually a course you could enroll in where you can learn to learn online if you want to. It's a quick self-paced course. Anyway, obviously I need to go in and clean that up. Alright, here is the Help Me forum. This forum shows you a place where you can click to add a new discussion topic, and you can post something like, you know, where is the syllabus, for example, and, you know, put your message down here, and then you can post that to the forum, and then either I will answer you or somebody else will answer you. See how it appears here? If somebody clicks on it, they see your little message, and then they can reply to you, or you can reply to somebody else. And just like that, you can get help in the help forum. So I check the help forum anytime I see new posts. You can also check the help forum if you feel like helping people, or if you have a question, you can post it. Here's a little link talking about the rules of netiquette, so I want to make sure that you understand what those are. Basically, you know, they get a little more complicated here in talking about netiquette, but I do think that these are good rules to have knowledge about before you post in the forums. Nobody's perfect, but at least we can inform ourselves with knowledge. Join the DIGO group. We have a DIGO group for our class, and I'm going to ask you to join DIGO, which is an online bookmarking program. You're going to join it as a teacher and start using it to collect resources. So there's a lot of info here about what DIGO is, and I'd like you to look at that, and then I would like you to join DIGO. If you look at our actual class Moodle site, there's a feed of DIGO posts that I have already put into our group. So anytime you add something to our group, your post will appear in this feed. So maybe that could be one goal, getting a post to show up in the feed there. These are all anything I come across during the course of teaching or reading things that I subscribe to that I think will help you in this class. I just bookmark them and they appear in our DIGO group, and so you can also just link to them from here. Alright, so that's all the sort of orientation type information. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. We also have a group wiki project in this class This is the link to it, and this explains to you what the project is, what the timeline is for the project, and I will be creating a video talking to you about that more in the future. So the first week of class, after you go through all the orientation materials and look at the syllabus, I would like you to go to week 1, Teaching and Learning for the 21st Century. Read the content that I've created for you in the week 1 book. So it's a book. Here's a table of contents. You can work your way through, or you can just use these arrows. Either way works. So that's what you do first in the week, is you always read the book for that week. That's the book for week 1. This is a forum. These little 2 talk bubbles indicate a forum. Click on that, talk about yourself, and add a new discussion topic, and then just put your subject heading, like all about me, and then put your bio info here, and then post it. That's all you got to do. But I would also like you to respond to at least 2 of your classmates' bios. So make sure you post a bio and respond to 2 bios at least. You may want to respond to more. Don't respond to every single person's bio. That's too much. And then here is our assignment for the week, which is an internet research assignment about pedagogy, andragogy, and ideas about how adults learn, which is different than how children learn. Here's another theorist who talked a lot about adult learning that you should be familiar with. Some more online learning theories and how they relate to online learning. So anyway, this is just more content for the week. Hopefully you'll find it interesting. And then we get to the real forum for week 1, which is where you're going to discuss what you learned about adult learning theory. And I'd like to see a nice solid post. If you directly quote anybody, please cite that person or article. And I'd also like to hear about how these topics or concepts are relevant to your teaching. And anyway, I always give you a few more things you can talk about, so I just have some other things I've thrown out here. So remember, this post is due by Tuesday at midnight, which is actually, I'm going to tell you the date, the 21st of June. And then you've got the rest of the week to respond to other people. But please do try to get your post into the forum by Tuesday at midnight. That makes a huge difference in terms of the quality of the discussion. Okay, and then another thing we're going to do in week 1 is I'm going to assign you to a group. And I'd like you to start the process of arranging to meet with each other. And for that, I'm recommending that you use Zoom. And we'll talk more about that too. You can also use Skype, but I personally think that Zoom is better and easier to use. And then here's the tech assignment for week 1, which is to join DIGO, which we've already talked about. This page tells you what DIGO is, and this gives you a link to our group. Alright, so that's a lot of stuff to think about, so I hope you get logged in. I do plan to open the course up on Friday, which is, sorry, actually the 17th. I will be opening this course up for you to access, even though we don't officially start until the 20th. And if you do plan to come to the orientation, it's going to be Monday, June 20th at Merritt College in room P like Paul 306.